everybody, and I'm going to answer 2 questions that I feel like someone's going to ask themselves. One of the questions is, why are you recording with the computer? Because I can't even get into my YouTube account. YouTube, fix everything. Fix everything about your website. I keep on trying to sign in. It says, couldn't sign you in. Try again later. Try again later. Can't sign you in. Try it again next week. Can't sign you in. It doesn't work. So yeah, that's one question. And this video was originally supposed to be an ERB video, which is Epic Rap Battle History video. But I just seen this pop up. I'm like, I kind of want to see this. I guess I'll do this as a reaction and do the ERB video. So it is 10 things you didn't know your Xbox One could do. So I have an Xbox One. If you have an Xbox One, you maybe learn something new. So let's react to it too. Let's react to it together.
The Xbox One is a very ambitious console. Microsoft found a way to make a console both comfortable with the past and prepared for the future. With the announcement of the Xbox One X at E3 2017, the future is looking very bright for Microsoft. The console may have been around since 2013, but there are still many features that may have flown under the radar. That's why we've compiled a list of 10 things you didn't know your Xbox One could do. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our awesome videos, and click that bell.
Let me watch the video before I hit this consider subscribing. Well, I have to sign in.
Digital games with friends and family. Buying a game digitally is suddenly way more valuable if you're allowed to share it. 2 households can share games by setting each other's Xboxes as their home console. By designating an Xbox One your home Xbox, all other accounts on the system gain access to your games even when you're not logged in. That is awesome! Not only will you be able to enjoy all the same games, you'll also be able to save some money in the process. The idea here is that individual users in a family should be able to earn their own achievements and create a unique save file for their account. But gamers are finding a way to take advantage of it. After that, all you need to do is log into your account whenever you want to play your games, and you're all set. If you find another friend willing to set their home as your house, then the 2 of you both have access to each other's games in perpetuity. Microsoft doesn't realize the power they gave us here, but I don't think anyone's complaining.
Yep, I'm not. Wait.
Now let me tell you about Honey. Anytime
I already
you check
seen
out
this
on your
at the
computer, it will
beginning.
search the entire internet, and if it finds a coupon code, it will apply it. Here's how Honey.
There you go. Skipped it.
Complaining. Let's be honest. Free games are awesome no matter how you get access to them.
Hey, that's not my phone.
RT,
That was it.
LT, and Y refreshes the dashboard. As video game consoles become more like traditional home computers, it's become increasingly important to have troubleshooting shortcuts.
What?
As the inventors of Control
How?
Alt Delete, Microsoft in particular seems to have a knack for important key combinations. On an Xbox One, pressing the left trigger, the right trigger, and Y resets the dashboard and reloads ads and recommendations. It's an easy way to get things back to normal if the user interface starts behaving strangely or stops working altogether. Like many electronics, sometimes they act a little wacky for no apparent
seems
reason.
like the Xbox One X. It doesn't seem like
users
my
whose
Xbox.
first reaction is to stand up, unplug the console, and cold boot it. If you're feeling lazy, the simple shortcut should help you save a lot of time and fix things without needing to take apart your home theater setup.
I'm
We
lazy.
don't recommend using it if you're anxiously waiting for a friend, hoping it'll say he's online. It's not exactly like the F5 refresh button, so don't press the combination over and over again just to see if something new pops up. Hopefully your Xbox One is working fine and you never need to use it, but it's nice to know that the functionality exists. Use your Xbox One from another room on a Windows 10 PC. It feels incredibly space age. Once your Xbox One is connected to the internet and set up on your home network, you can play it from any Windows 10 computer in your house. It's surprisingly easy, so I guess Windows 10 is good for something after all. If you're sitting in your office and decide you want to squeeze in a Forza Horizon 3 race, just download and open up the Xbox app in Windows and it'll turn on your Xbox from afar, which is an amazing sight to see. It's very similar to Sony's Remote Play app for PlayStation 4, but the Xbox app is only available for PC. Well, you could also play Xbox One games on Mac if you have the Boot Camp app, but that becomes a pretty expensive setup. Luckily, new Xbox One controllers have built-in Bluetooth, so you can even buy an extra controller and leave it on your desk for the occasion. Through the Windows 10 Xbox app, you can earn achievements and even use Xbox Party Chat without difficulty. Everything that's accessible on your Xbox One is accessible through the app. Seriously, it works really well, even better than you might expect. We should give Microsoft some credit here.
Yeah, everyone clap your hands.
You
Stand up and clap your hands.
Xbox One keeps surprisingly detailed metrics about your gaming habits. Some of us don't really care about those gaming statistics.
Another ad.
Dude? Oh, it's
Hold on, let me cut through this ad.
Like buying new
Let me
gears and
get
cheap.
back to it. To hit skip. Dang it, I started too early. Dang it. What? So things broken.
Gaming statistics, but others are very curious about the amount of time they spend playing their favorite games. To dig into your play stats, go to any title's game hub and scroll over to achievements. Inside the achievement tab, you'll see a bounty of information including playtime, gamer score, and general progress. Each game includes a handful
I think
of
I compare
title-specific
myself
data
to
points.
one of my
It's easy
friends,
to find
the
yourself
bad
spending way too
dude
much
something.
time
I don't
reading
remember.
about your past play sessions when you could just be playing something new altogether. But just the fact that you can even do this in the first place is really interesting. One other fascinating tidbit is that you can compare most of these metrics against other people on your friends list. For competitive games, there will normally be a stat that tracks your victories, which can be especially fun to compare against your friends' triumphs. We all naturally have a bit of competitiveness in our nature, so Microsoft is making it even easier for us to track our progress. Having this extensive data on a system level should be standard for all consoles going forward. Reassigned buttons on the controller. The Xbox Accessories app lets you reconfigure your entire controller, which is something you do not see much of when it comes to console controllers. Sure, if you use your controller to play a PC game, there will most likely be an option for button remapping, but it's not nearly as common on console. Do you want the right bumper to act as a second A button? That's not a problem. You want the bumper to be the shoot button instead of the trigger? You could do that too. Having a system-level configuration option like this is essential for modern gaming. All of this functionality goes one step further if you happen to own the premium Xbox Elite controller, which has the capacity for additional buttons on the backside of the controller where you would normally rest your index finger. These extra buttons may cost a pretty penny, but they are perfect for games like Dark Souls, where keeping your thumbs on movement and camera controls is essential. Microsoft has already promised to add further functionality to the app in future updates. Play PS4 through your Xbox. You might have noticed the Xbox One has two HDMI ports, one for incoming signals and one for outgoing. One of the Xbox One's main selling points was the fact that you could plug your TV terminal into the console's extra HDMI port to watch TV right on your system. While it was originally intended for a traditional TV terminal, the Xbox One can accept video not only from a TV terminal, but plenty of other devices as well. Plugging a PS4, Wii U, or Steam Link directly into an Xbox One lets you take advantage of Xbox One features, such as Party Chat and Xbox Music, simultaneously while using another device. To be honest, it might not be incredibly useful because you can just change the TV source to another console in one press of a button, but this is especially practical for TV sets with limited HDMI ports, since you can set your Xbox One to open.
Another ad. You don't want to see this.
Serious game. Xbox One to open up incoming video signals on launch, it's very easy to set up an Apple TV in conjunction with an Xbox One, keep all of your video streaming services in one place. It's safe to say that this can be an incredibly useful feature. Easily track your bandwidth usage. Let's face it, as long as there are data caps, being a game enthusiast also means paying attention to how much data you're using. Not all of us have unlimited internet. This is because there are some areas in the world who are lagging behind in terms of internet, or simply because people don't feel like dishing out the money for unlimited internet. Lots of modern AAA games have file sizes over 40 gigs, and between patches and downloadable content, it's easy to reach your monthly limit in a couple of days. Luckily, the Xbox One has a built-in bandwidth tracker in settings, which is unlike any other console. If you thought that zoom in was them, no, it was me. Being able to tell exactly when your data is being consumed is especially good for users whose ISP have grace windows during the early morning. Data caps are seriously no fun. It can also give you a perfect snapshot of how much Netflix is eating up and see how much your Xbox One is downloading over the course of a month. In a world where we're fascinated by statistics, it's great to see Microsoft surfacing this kind of information on their own. Who knew that a console would be able to save you some money? Plug in an external hard drive for cheap storage. External hard drives are cheap and effective for some extra storage space. Most console owners aren't going to want to fiddle with a screwdriver to take out the hard drive in their consoles and replace it with an external hard drive because they're scared to break something on their perfectly functioning machine. No one is confused by how to use an external hard drive. Small, slick, and cheap, having a small passport drive is super convenient. Being able to plug and unplug a drive to transport your installs from one house to another is more useful than you might expect. A 24 21st century memory card that lets you carry all your digital games around frees you from worrying about micromanaging your game collection. Microsoft even went out of its way to offer a licensed drive for Xbox One with a branded green finish. If you don't ever plan on unplugging your external hard drive from your console, don't be afraid to Velcro it to the console. This way you won't lose it, and you don't have to worry about plugging it in every time you want to play a specific game. Of course, just about any USB 3.0 hard drive will get the job done. Your phone can be used as a simple controller.
Yeah, I've
the
seen
Xbox
that.
app for iOS and Android lets you sift through the Xbox One interface with ease. It has all the face buttons you would expect on a controller and lets you swipe to manipulate your way through the menus. Obviously, it's not perfect. It's a phone, not an Xbox controller, so it won't work for absolutely everything since the app doesn't have left and right triggers or left and right shoulder buttons. But it's a handy thing to whip out when you need it in a pinch. The app also lets you compose messages and enter vouchers on the phone, which drastically speeds up your typing. Seriously, controllers are just not made to type with. Even if they have motion controls like on the PS4, it's still very difficult and time consuming. The only small caveat is that you'll need to be on the same network as your console, so if you lose internet access, the pseudo controller will disconnect and won't work. As an aside, the app also lets you buy and download games to your console when you're on the go, which is a real nice feature. It's so awesome to be out all day and come home to a new, recently downloaded and ready to play game.
Oh my gosh, another ad? Yeah, I don't want to see this. Somebody skipping it, so.
Play cross-platform with PC friends. The dream scenario of being able to play with your friends no matter if they use a PC or console is here. Not all games work yet, but Microsoft is pushing them to get there. Microsoft believes cross-platform gaming is the future, and we would agree with them. Big games like Gears of War 4, Killer Instinct, and Rocket League all let you play cooperatively or competitively online against your friends. To be fair, even PlayStation 4 Rocket League players can play with PC players, but Xbox One does have better access to cross-platform games. Because of the discrepancy between mouse and keyboard users versus gamepad players, competitive modes have thus far been relegated to casual matches. Some games are easier to play with a controller, while others are better played with a keyboard and mouse, so to keep things fair, competitive games are never cross-platform. That being said, it's still hard to complain when we're living the dream. Seriously, that is an incredible achievement. Over the current year, Microsoft will release more Play Anywhere titles, which gives digital buyers both a PC and Xbox copy of the game, and it's assured that these games will further develop the feature. It's a better time than ever to be an Xbox gamer. The Xbox One is much more than just a gaming console. It can do much more than people give it credit for. Let us know of any other hidden features of the Xbox One in the comment section below. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with our awesome playlist. Thanks for watching.
That was that video. I still hit that. I hit restart. Well, we're not watching this again. If you want to, you could do it on your own time, but I'm not watching it again. So, well, that's the top 10 things you didn't know that your Xbox One could do. So, yeah. And also that ERB reaction video is coming today, right now. Like, I'm finna record that after I eat my burrito. So, see you there. Peace.